Hello, all. This is Terrence Christensen. Just preparing to do my final journal of this course. Um, excited that I pushed through and made it through my first 8 weeks, my first two courses. So, just really wanted to finish off strong here. Uh, we're talking about school governance in this video, and really the first question was, you should have statement is you should have attended the school board meeting as part of your leadership seminar course required hours. In this journal entry, please discuss the power struggles, use of language, underlying beliefs, and the various agendas. I went to I went to a few school board meetings now, and this actually comes at a really hot time for me as a school counselor in the Berkeley Unified School District at Berkeley High School, as we were on the chopping block. I am a counselor, and they wanted to get rid of two counselors. Berkeley has a large student body. We're at about 3,700 students, 10 counselors. We have massive caseloads. We have too much work to do, and they were considering cutting. So um, this last one, it was perfect timing that it was an assignment because we were organizing parents, had our union strong and ready there. All of the counselors came out, community, um, and really this last meeting that I went to was the one where they were letting everybody know if they were going to be keeping the counseling positions or not. And so they came out. Everybody came out strong. They did decide that they were going to keep the counselors intact for this year. However, there was a few members of the board that were talking about most likely if they're still going to be around. It's going to be on the chopping block come this time next year. It's very interesting the dynamics that were being played out there. And it was another thing that was interesting was the main person that wanted to cut counselors. Our head counselor at our school, she happened to be his math teacher when she was teaching in the classroom, and he stated it was his favorite math teacher. However, she had been in the counseling position for 17 years, or she has now, and she's just surprised at the lack of support she's getting from him. And he was one of the real feisty ones that was really making it known he's not for counselors. And so there was a lot of jeers in the crowd. Some of the other board members were kind of not happy with what he was saying, but he is a strong advocate in getting rid of the counselors. So you could kind of tell from different people when they discussed when the meeting started. They spoke about where they came from, just little snippets of their life, and you can kind of tell even just looking at them what they've come from or where they've been, and you kind of get a sense of what they're going to be fighting for. Is it more money into AP courses and AP study sessions, or is it going to be really ground roots, like we need more security guards on campus? And so really, what did I learn about the process? The process was long and tedious, yet organized. Very organized. Berkeley's got a Berkeley's got interesting dynamics, and so they definitely gave you the table to talk. However, they would cut you off quickly, and they would move on to the next person. The board even held it together, um, even when they were kind of wanting to say stuff to each other. They respected the time that they were there. They respected the audience members that were there and the participants that were there. So it's a very strict, streamlined process that seems to work, and it sounds like this is the way it's been going for quite some time. So they don't want to change it up now. Were there any surprises? I mean, I was surprised at really, of course, we went there because we were wondering if we were going to get cut. I was surprised at the cuts they made, and it just is interesting what kind of positions they're put into to decide these big time losses that the district will take, and they have to also decide like what students are going to be getting served and not served with the decisions that they make. So there was a lot of surprises as far as decisions went, and Berkeley Unified is a school district, and the high school is a school that has a lot of money flowing through it, and so it's always interesting to see what they're going to do with this money and what students they decide to serve. And a lot of times it is really the students in the hills that they are allotting the money to serve with. A lot of times it's the board members are parents from the hills that maybe have had a student in the past and attend Berkeley High School or currently, and so it's just interesting dynamics altogether. It was an awesome experience. Do I have any unanswered questions regarding the process? I don't believe so. I mean, I really am going to be getting involved and going to these meetings now to see the power and just showing up, and just having an organized front was very, very cool. And a lot of these issues pertain towards my position or my interests, right? So really, if there's any questions that I would have, I think I'm just going to get them answered going to these meetings and just really finding out. And so very interesting. It's interesting to see that parents or elected officials are the one that really run this district. We have our superintendent, we have our assistant superintendent, our principals, vice principals, but it's just very interesting to see that the board is really, really, the ones that are pushing all the agendas onto our campus. And so I need to be involved. So this was a great assignment. I'm signing off, and we'll see you next class.